We got brand new Pokemons again.
Yay! Wait,
What?
you don't want to talk about the important news?
Hmm.
The most important news. The
Yeah.
most positively best news we could possibly get. So I can just catch Wooper after Wooper after Wooper and be like, whoop, there it is. And hopefully get a good one.
This episode of Sleep It Off is brought to you by our Patreon. Everything we do here on the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by our community. You can join our community of supporters and patrons for as little as $1 a month. We offer a range of support tiers and various benefits. All patrons will gain access to our Patreon exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. Good morning, Pokemon Sleep researchers, and welcome to episode 15 of Sleep It Off. Sleep It Off is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Thursday, February 6th, 2025. I am your host, Luis Palacios. My co-host, Justin.
Hey, did you say it's February already?
My goodness.
Where's the
How,
year gone?
man, at this point, let's just go to Christmas again, right?
Yeah. Did the groundhog see his shadow? Do we remember?
Yes, so it's 6 more weeks of winter.
Well, they need to tell that to Texas because it was 83 today.
Hey, you can say the same thing for Florida, man. Like,
Yeah,
we've
well,
been like in the 80s, and I'm just
we
like,
live in where winter doesn't live.
yeah, the mornings are good. The afternoons I'm stuck at work, and then the rest of the day is just like nighttime. So
Yeah, so my group, we like to be healthy, and so we organize a group walk around 2 p.m. And so I got some sun, so we go walk outside. It's about
maybe
like
too much
20
sun.
minutes, 25 minutes.
That's good though. I mean, it's better than having to sit and work all day when you
Yeah.
can. So it makes
Yeah.
sense. But it's been a couple of weeks since we last recorded.
It
Mostly,
has. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, kind of, yeah. I think it's mostly because after the last one, we didn't really have too much to cover, and it's just been kind of like a quiet last week or so.
Yes. And, another event, a new event. I'm excited for it. We didn't
Yes,
have a Valentine's event last year, did we?
I believe we did because we had new recipes for the desserts back then too.
Oh, is that when we got the macaroons?
Yep.
Oh, because they were heart shaped.
Mm.
I should have remembered.
Hey, it's
You
been
know,
about a year and a half, so it
if
makes
I'm
sense to forget.
if I remember, I'll put it in the edit right here. Boop. And
Boop.
if not, I'm gonna delete this.
Oh man. But yeah, so we have a full year and a half of this game already been out. It is Pokemon month at
A
least.
year and a half?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy.
Can you believe we've been hitting our little Pokeball plus pluses and well now setting it on our watch or even just using the
Uh,
phone app?
I can remember the first time that I tried to actually play the game. I tried to do the 90-minute tutorial when I was on the couch.
Yeah.
And then I remember, and then by the time I finished the 1 hour or whatever,
Mhm.
it only recorded like 5 minutes because I was moving around too much.
Before they fixed it, if you did it on the phone, it just got so hot and
Mm,
consumed so much battery as it was trying to record under your pillow.
yep,
I was like, this is horrible. How
I
do people
know.
do with this? You got to use the Pokeball Plus Plus. Maybe they're trying to sell more of them. But I had a nightmare moment where
Ooh.
I thought I lost it.
Oh,
And
no,
then I
no,
found
no.
it in the pocket of a pair of pants that I thought went through the wash.
God. I
And
I
then
would be
luckily I saw a stain on them. I was like, wait, these have not been through the wash. We're good.
hallelujah, hallelujah. I trust me. I would not be here without my Go Plus Plus at this point. It's
Yeah.
part of my essential everyday Pokemon Go and Pokemon Sleep. If I
Yeah.
had to reset my Pikachu because I had to get a new one, that would be insane.
For some reason, I've fully transitioned. Now we're getting off like, the show topics and everything,
True.
but I fully like doing the Apple Watch now. It's more convenient. It tracks it better for me. It's more forgiving if I have to get up to pee in the middle of the night. It just it's all around more forgiving than the Pokeball Plus Plus that I have to like wedge under the side of the bed.
Well, I'm sure it appreciates anybody trying to push it around. So
Yeah.
But anyhow, we do have some information for you guys today. Some news, our usual come and go information. So we have 1.5 anniversary rewards from the developers. We have Good Sleep Day number 19 coming up. Looks like we're getting brand new Pokemon debuts. And the reason why we talk about the Valentine's Day event is because there is going to be another event for the Valentines. We'll deep dive into some desserts because it is something that ties into our beautiful event. And then our simple drink Dex Detectives. Hopefully I can get this one so I can keep the streak going.
Remind me, is it your guess or mine?
It's your guess to me, and then I got to give you a new guess.
Got it.
So, but yeah, shall we get into the sleep news?
Let's get into the news. First one, the 1.5 year anniversary gifts.
Woo!
Let's see. Distribution period. Oh man, these dates are throwing me off. January 22nd, 2025 to April 7th, 2025. Right?
Nah,
Is that right?
April 8th.
Mine says 2025/04/07.
Mine says 2025/04/08.
What? You're looking at the PokemonSleep.net article, right?
Yeah, the one that I put on the notes.
I literally clicked on it. What?
I don't know. Maybe you're. Because you. No,
I mean, I'm in Central Time, but it's still
Yeah, it's still
the same day here. This is generic. I'm gonna refresh the page.
Me too, just in case.
It still says 2025/04/07.
Not sure, but hey.
Forget what just happened. All right, so here's what we're gonna get: 1,000 sleep points, 5 Poke Biscuits, 2 Friend Incense, 10 Handy Candy S. This applies to players who log in during the distribution period. So anytime over this 3-month period, plus or minus a day, 7th or the 8th. So those of you who listen because you like our pretty voices and haven't been playing recently, Adam, no, he's been good. I've been tracking him. You can get some nice perks for just coming back. Sleep points, amazing. It's like the best thing you can get in the game, in my opinion.
Yes, that's basically the currency of this game if you don't want to spend gems.
Yeah. Poke Biscuits are great, but sleep points you can spend on whatever.
Yeah.
Friend Incense, fun, useful.
Always a plus.
Yeah. Not as good as sleep points, but still pretty good. And then Handy Candy S, you could always use more of that. That's just like, who doesn't want rare candy?
Everybody. My take on it, yes, as always, sleep points are always the best. It's always nice when the developers just gives us a nice little gift here and there, and even if it's just 500 or so. The friend instance, though, I think it's great with what the event is coming up with, and good sleep
old
day.
Valentines.
Yep. So, it's been kind of good the last few events. Actually, we didn't even recap what we got in the last few events.
Yeah. Oh, we can go back to that. But Friend Incense, I hadn't because when I got this, I probably used it somewhat quickly. I think we're in an event when I first got it.
Right. Yeah.
And or I was like on a Sunday, it was like a really high day, something. Anyways, I hadn't used a Friend Incense in months because I don't buy incense from the shop with diamonds. And so unless we get it through daily lottery or another event perk, or sometimes there's like the event currency, like the legendary mains or whatever, I'll use that to buy. But other than that, I just haven't been using them or had them.
Well, I haven't really used them that much either, just because there's really no reason to get the extra spawn since I probably have already seen 99% of the decks at this point. Well, maybe like 90. But it's mostly because I've just been focusing on other things that are more priority. And of course, I'll use it when an event tells me, "Oh, you got to use an instance for this kind of thing." Either that or the call it, the recovery instance, which I only have one now. Oh my goodness, I've been
Yeah.
using too many of those.
This would be a good test for the podcast.
Hmm.
A fire truck, an ambulance, and a police car just drove by. If you can hear it, then the editing didn't get the job done. But if you can't hear it, that means I had good editing.
I'm just waiting for the train.
Oh man, if I can get rid of the train, then
That'd be great. Yes.
we're cooking with grease.
Yes. All right. Well, again, thank you, I guess, Ilka and the Pokemon Works for the information. It's not a like button really
Yeah,
anymore, but it's still there.
yeah. I wonder if they're really involved anymore.
At this point, if once
I
we
mean, we're
actually
not
get
gonna
a
know.
developer, yeah, unless we get a developer to actually tell us what the heck happened, it's like maybe we'll just bombard them on Twitter or something. Right.
Yeah,
So, real quick, before we move on to the next piece of news, do you remember what you got and how you spent the last 2 weeks worth of gameplay?
yeah. So I didn't want to have to do what I did the last time and try to remember.
Mm,
So I just started increasing my storage and keeping the stuff that I caught.
right. That's good. Yeah.
Let's see. In my handy dandy Pokédex here, what did I catch recently? First, we're going to look at the shinies that I caught
Ooh.
because I caught a few.
When you say a few, just two or three?
I might be two. Let's see.
Hmm.
I had the shiny Flaffy. I'm pretty sure we did that last episode.
Yes. Same
Let's
thing when I
see.
said my shiny Quagsire.
Yeah, so I've gotten two shinies in the last week.
Same.
A
Actually, three.
oh, here's the camera. A shiny red
Oh,
Aaron
that's cool.
and just this morning, a Primeape.
Hey, there you go. I mean, a fully evolved Pokemon's are nice just because you can just catch them with one biscuit.
Yeah, that's
Anyways.
great. It's just like even if you're not good, I just enjoy the simple giving you a Pokey biscuit, critical catch, boom. Now, Primeape not good.
Yeah.
Double inventory up, main skill chance up. Yeah, it's not good for a berry Pokemon. Let's see. The shiny Aaron is actually interesting
All right.
because it has Berry Finding S, Ingredient Finder M with Sausage, Coffee, Sausage. And I could always use more sausage and coffee at the same time.
It's not a
So
bad sign.
it is interesting. And then an Ingredient Finder S at level 50
Ooh.
with Energy Recovery up, main skill chance down, Lax Nature. So
That's a really decent one. I want to
yeah,
say a good
honestly,
80%.
I've already invested in one, but this is pretty good.
Yeah, especially with a double
So
ingredient finder. That's like almost
I
close
just,
to my
yeah,
alt Scott like
I should have
status.
remembered that I had this
Mm.
because I just powered up my Aggron more today.
Well, I mean, you are invested in one. It's not too bad to invest in the other one once you get.
Yeah, and maybe I'll just keep that one at level 30 and I'll also put this one up to level 30.
What's your Dream Shark count right now?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Mm. Yeah,
Let's
I kind of
see.
went. I almost had over 600,000 at
We
one point.
are at 4,999.
Ah! You would need another Dream Shark events
I
quickly.
have been a spending machine.
Yeah, I can tell. I invested in a few things, mostly because of the events.
So, first, before you invest,
Go ahead.
did you get any shinies?
Yes,
Any good ones?
I got
Ooh,
H.
mine
Like,
Junior.
mine.
I didn't even know what that one looked like.
Yeah, it's green
Tomatoes,
boy.
potatoes, and
Not
let's
the
see.
Yeah, not the
He's
greatest when it
got
comes down to the stats.
inventory up. Is that berry finding S?
Yes.
And speed of help up.
Yeah, but it has ingredient finding down, which is his ingredient finder.
Oh, yeah.
So fortunately for it, I
Hmm.
will always want to test out the mimic mechanic, but because of the nature, it just kind of killed it.
Yeah.
I did get another one.
Another shiny Eevee?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
It
I'm
is the
actually
year of Eevee.
Yeah. The stats could be a little bit better. I think we have nature stats.
Energy recovery bonus, dream shard bonus, inventory up, blank nature. Yeah. Your other one is so much better.
Oh yeah, and I evolved that actually.
Oh, you did. You finally
Yes,
chose. What did you
I
decide on?
I chose some Vaporeon actually. It
Yeah.
was shiny, and during the
Yeah.
skill events, that was triggering so much. I was getting so much ingredients from that thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. Last but not least, I actually got one last shiny. Nice little Ghastly here.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
It's
And
ABC ingredient list, but
yeah, not too bad actually. Helping,
helping bonus, helping speed up. Nice.
yeah,
But
it
it's
has.
ABC, so it's like
Yeah, not something I should invest on so far.
if you just had currency to spend, you had
Hmm.
candies to use, which you might have because Gengar has been so popular and so many candies recently. You could take it to level 30 and just do what is it, herbs and mushrooms. You could
Hmm.
always use more mushrooms.
Always. It's not a bad combination, especially because it's shiny. Now,
Mm-hmm.
let me ask you: did you get a good Rufflet from the release?
Let's see here. I caught 4 Rufflets and a Braviary.
Ooh,
The
I got
Braviary crit. So
I
I was
had
like, I'll take it.
I had the same amount of Rufflets and a crit, or well, not a crit, but a hungry Breviary. So I was able to just bonus biscuit it.
All right, so let's remind ourselves here. So we're going to search by flying type. So that way I can pull them up easier.
Good choice.
Recent Rufflet. Remember, it's a skill nature.
Mm.
Ingredient finder M, inventory up M, speed of help up. Not great. And then ingredient finder again at 50. Pass. This one is interesting.
Okay.
This is the Braviary that I caught, though.
Okay.
Skill trigger S, inventory up M, helping speed M.
Mm.
So it requires another skill,
Yeah.
seed, and I would use the sub skill seed to get the skill trigger M. So it's interesting, right?
Yeah.
The other Rufflet, it has helping speed S, but speed of help down nature, so that's a pass. Wait, okay, I had to remind myself. I was like, that's not shiny, right?
No, definitely not.
Let's see, another Rufflet. Yeah, a bunch of it has skill trigger. Well, it does have skill trigger M at level 50, but
Mm.
nothing else.
Long-term investment and only one time is low decent.
And then my last one has skill trigger S at 25, but EXP down, and then just not enough candies.
Mm.
I just can't do EXP down.
Yeah. Well, I can. It's just again long terms.
Yeah.
My very first Rufflet, I got one with main skill chance up for nature, skill level up S, and then everything else is helping speed and ingredient finder. So I was like, okay, this seems pretty decent, especially because it has the level up and the skill trigger in both weights. But then I caught the Breviary right after that. I think I got another Rufflet after that, but I think I deleted it. This one has both skill level up M at 25 and skill trigger M at 50. So I was
Mm.
like, okay, that is technically a little bit better. It does have experience down with ingredient funded ups, but I was like, that doesn't seem too bad. Again, long term investment, but it's already evolved, so I may have to invest more seeds into it, especially for the skill. Then I have the other Rufflet. This one, I'm not sure I'm keeping. I'm probably going to trash it at some point. It does have skill trigger as a 10. But then after that, everything else is either late or not in math investment at the point.
Mm.
Second to last, Rufflet. I may just stretch this one too. The only reason I kept it is because I had skill trigger as at level 100. Everything else doesn't really help it. So at that point, it's
You and
like,
these level 7500 skills, they
yeah,
don't exist to me.
I know, but I'm always looking at the long term.
Even if it was unlocked. I don't even have the candy dream shards for Blastoise to get to 75.
Yeah, they definitely don't. So I might just trash that one just because it's easier to just get a new one. Now the
Yeah.
last one that I got, this one seems pretty promising. Level up or inventory up L at 10. skill level up S at 25, skill level up M at 50. So
Oh,
it has
free.
all
Yeah.
it has all the skill levels that I need,
Yes.
and it also is a gentle nature with main skill chance up.
You know what? I would strongly. It's like a low risk, high reward.
It's also mono sausage,
Yeah.
surprisingly. It has ingredient M and berry find it at the last two slots.
Hmm.
It has the ability to have as much possible inventory thanks to a level
Yeah.
inventory L.
Yeah.
It has
Which is
berries
good
and
because
find pen.
if you max out your inventory, you're not going to trigger the skill.
True. And once it evolves, it gets even more inventory. I don't have to spend more than probably one seed to get it to a max level main skill, and it still has main skill chance up, so it will go through it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a calculation on the background, but I believe that might be the one that I'm going to invest to the most in the end of the day.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I was also searching for Krogunks because I need more
Oil.
oil farmers. Like I never have enough oil, even though I have a good Cramorant, and it's just never enough. So
Yeah, I
I'm
get
looking
you.
for a better one. Um, I caught some other things. I was looking for Berry Finding S Minky, didn't get it. I caught a Heracross, which was fun, but not any
Ooh.
good.
Heracross and Pinsir are just the two that I feel like it's only possible if you get it, and hopefully to be a good Pokemon
But
regardless.
so you want what if you had to guess?
Mm.
What do you think I spent all my dream shards on? It was Flareon. I spent almost 300,000 dream shards, taking from level 50 to 60.
Oof, oof. But hey, it's a good investment.
But yeah, but look at it now. Its name is
Six
triggered.
thousand, six
And it's
thousand.
over 6,000. Isn't that crazy? I didn't even know they went that high.
I'm surprised as you are, brother.
Yeah, because it's
I think even my
skill
Gardevoir
trigger
would be
M,
sitting
skill
that way.
trigger S, its main skill chance up, and then skill level 7. So,
That's pretty good. Yeah, that I like that. I mean, it's good to invest on the ones that you're definitely going to. I did actually have two Pokemons now at level 60, but the other one is the Palmy that I'm still working on.
hmm. And
I was just
then
like,
let's see. Did we talk last time how I invested in Ampharos?
I believe you did tell me just because you
Okay.
wanted to use it for the skill.
Yeah, so I
Thing.
finally invested all the skill seeds. It's skill level 7 now. And yeah, pretty good.
Nah,
It
same.
was triggering like crazy during that event.
Oh yeah, dude, that event was like
Oh
so
man,
good. I loved
it
it.
was a great event. We did. I I wish they'd do it more often. Like I also enjoy the cooking events, but that was the first time we ever had a skill event, and I just don't ever focus on skill Pokemon. So I had that, and I had my Golduck running at the same time. And it was just like pop, 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 pop. Even though I was like traveling at the time,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to check it as often because I was skiing. And but it didn't matter. It was like anytime I picked up the game, oh, my game's unfrozen. My phone is literally unfrozen because snow.
Yeah.
And oh, double trigger, nice.
I again, even my Pomni was doing work during that week. It was so crazy. Wow, that's interesting. I'm running Rhinox right now on
Yeah.
that Rufflet, and it's telling me that it because it doesn't have a skill trigger or sub skill that is in the low 30s of PRs.
Hmm.
That's crazy. I mean, it has the gentle nature, so it will trigger a lot.
Right. Did you
But
look at skill trigger amount though? Talking
man,
about at this point.
I was looking how my Rufflet was actually in Renox. It seemed like a pretty bad.
Oh, I was just gonna say, did you check the individual like how many times it'll trigger? Because like sometimes you're like, oh, I have a pretty good one, and then you look at the total strength, and it's like a 60. I'm like, okay, but how many times does it trigger its skill? 99. I'm like, okay, that's what I wanted. I wanted the skill. I didn't care about the other crap
Right. It
sausage.
does say. Let's see. What is mine? Um. I mean, it says that it's gonna skill trigger a lot for some reason. It says. Wait, is this mine? Is this one? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll give you like a percentile.
I s- I might be looking at this wrong, just for a couple of reasons. Da, 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 da. What's mine then? Oh, okay. Okay. It says that I'll trigger like 2 times per day at Rufflet level. Out of 3, that it could be better, And I think because of the energy recovery down, it's that's keeping it from the calculator to go through. Now, most of the time, my
Mm,
Pokemons are gonna be fully healed just because of my team.
sure. Well,
Yeah,
we're
that's
learning
only
to
on
trigger
Rufflet though.
twice a day.
I haven't even put it in evolution mode.
Oh, I always put it as if I'm going to invest in this thing, I put it
Hmm.
as the evolved form, so Braviary, and then put it as level 50 because it's like I
Yeah,
only take things level 60 if A, if it's ingredient
yeah,
Pokemon, or B, I just love the thing like I love
yeah.
Flareon.
I'll look at it as a Braviary at this point. It does seem somewhat similar, a little bit higher.
Because 2 triggers a day
Yeah,
is
it
not enough
seems
to run it
weird.
on. Period. My Ampharos with level 7 main skill that normally only triggers 3.5 times a day. I only run it if it's like favorite berry type, or I'm like not
Yeah,
focused.
I don't know. It just feels like the rating because it doesn't take into account the level ups on the main skill and anything like that either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so well,
how
we
Raynax
can talk
really
about that
helps.
for another
Yeah.
time about how to use Rain and X properly, what you're kind of looking at. And you have to. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
there's so many things you can do with it. It's, you just have
Yeah.
to
No,
like
that's for
know what
sure.
you're looking at. So, anyways, I think that was enough
Skill up event
of
or the
the
skill up. Yeah, the skill up event.
well of the Pokemon that we
We've
caught.
been saying for the entirety of it that the event just it's probably one of the best, regardless. So at least for us, they like to see the triggers go up and up in value, like stunks goes up and everything. It's like triggers.
Yeah,
Like okay,
stonks.
but yeah, I believe it's time for a break.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
Good afternoon.
All right, and we're back. Good evening. Good night? No. All right. We want to take a moment to recognize some of our patrons on the Pokemon Professor Network. Huge thanks to our gym leaders Ben, DJ Wonderbread, Espion Willow, GK, Hall the Counselor, Joseph, Kimberly, Maddie G, Mythical Hitch, Noggin Dude, and Sushi Slayer. Special thanks to executive producers on the network Monkey Bread, Kate the Cons, and Lazo Boss. If you're interested in becoming executive producer for the show, let us know. With tiers as low as $1 a month, you can support a collective of hardworking, part-time creators that have a passion for Pokemon and podcasting here at the Pokemon Professor Network. You can hit us up on patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. You can enjoy other podcasts on the network, such as Lured Up, Special Conditions, Gotta Watch 'Em All, Way Spotters, Purified, Good Morning Johto, and After Darkrai.
No, we're good.
That's it, right? I didn't forget one. And make sure to check out PokemonProfessor.com. That's the website that we built. And it's pretty slick. It's a pretty good website. Not to brag, but I'm going to brag. And, you can connect with us, grab some merch, leave some reviews. 5 stars are the best stars.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's something we've been thinking about changing up some of like the Patreon, how that kind of works, different tiers, that type of stuff. So, stay in the
Please.
loop. We'll keep you
All
informed.
right. So let's get back into some quick news. Hopefully, some quick, but we have some more stuff to talk about, anyways. Good sleep day number 19. A year and a half. once again. And this is happening once it loads up for me because it's a slow computer today. This is happening. The event period is Tuesday, February 11th at 4 a.m., of course, to Friday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Oh, it's happening during the Valentine's event. That's fun.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
actually really like these double triggering events. Good sleep day on top of whatever the event is. In this case, Valentine's Day.
Yes.
It's a
I mean,
Valentine
kind of
sandwich.
souffle, but Anyways, the day of the day of the full moon is on Wednesday, February 12th. So that's when you'll get your highest drowsy power. Once again, Pokemon sleep tiles you haven't discovered yet are more likely to appear during this sleep research. So I'm guessing everybody's gonna go to Tapu Hollow, whatever it's called, during the event. Thank you.
Taupe Hollow.
That's not
Yeah,
possible.
that's a white Midwesterner.
I'm a Saturn and I'm Hispanic. So yeah. Anyways, every other day, of course, during day 1 and day 3, drowsy power is 1.5, sleep experience is 2 times, and then bonus experience or bonus sleep points will be 500. Though on the night of the full moon, which again, always 2,000
Love
sleep
the
points
bonus
just on a
sleep
week.
points.
That's just amazing.
Biscuit.
Wednesday, February 12th. That's what we'll get 2.5 sleep points, or drowsy power, I should say. Bonus sleep points 1,000, and then 3 times experience for sleep. So if you really need to power up those Pokemons, that is your time to shine.
Yeah, I'm just glad that it's whenever it always happens on
But isn't
Monday
that what we
night. I'm
usually
like,
get, like 4 times the drowsy
because I'm
power?
always. But you're still locked into like the
Mhm.
whatever Pokemon you're gonna encounter at your great tier or your
I mean, if you're
ultra
mass smart
one.
enough, you want to get to the higher tiers
So
as soon as possible.
I'll have to look and see which area I'm missing more. That's not gonna matter. I'm going for
Yeah.
the event spawns in
But everything
Topology.
else is still the same. You get the growing appearances, Clefable and Cleffa, and they could be more shiny to appear, but you never know. All of the same information from the last few sleep days. And I'm pretty sure they'll change that up pretty soon, but that's just my guess at that point. But we got brand new Pokemons again.
Yay! Wait,
What?
you don't want to talk about the important news? The most important news. The most positively best news we could possibly get.
The update?
Do you know what that is?
New dishes?
Nope. Better than new Pokemon. Better than a new skill. Better than new dishes. Something that happens with
Sleep?
everyday gameplay.
Woo!
It is from PokemonSleep.net. We're skipping over Valentine's. Who cares? I got to read this one right here. I heard this earlier when I was reading it. I was like, oh my gosh, I got to drop the phone. Adjustments regarding the issue that caused background music from other apps to stop when booting the app.
Okay, yeah, no, that
will
is a
be
pretty
fixed.
important update.
I was like, it makes me so angry. Like when I'm like,
Mhm.
all right, I'm gonna do this, but I'm like listening to something at work, like I'm taking a 5-minute break, and then I'm like, no,
Yeah.
why? You have to like play the game of you go back to it, hit play, but then like you go back to this, and then you have to go back to it, hit play again, but it's still like
Mhm.
overriding. Sometimes you do it a third time, and then it goes. Or you have
Level.
the YouTube, like where it like hovers above, and then I click on it with the thing with the game open. Then I can sometimes trick it. Man, okay, that's all I cared about out of the.
All right. Well,
We can
since
go
we're already
back to
here,
Valentine's Day.
the update, of course, gave us the new recipe, the new alarm, the up tempo alarm. By the way, the new recipe is already live, so you guys can cook it at this point before the Valentine's Day event. There's also adjustments to some Pokemons. Looks like Absol's carry limit has increased, and the frequency has shortened slightly. So I guess a little bit faster. Yeah.
I'm still not using Absol, even though I did get a good one. Still not
Yeah,
using it
that's
because I'm
true.
so
I mean,
heavily
it does give you a
invested in
good combination of
Blastoise.
apples and the cacao if you needed to, but if you need a little extra here and there. And also, if you guys have a little more intuitive in making your teams a little bit better, now you can actually make up to 8 teams in the team slots category.
This is like an actual
Yes.
gameplay, like helping mechanic, instead of like my
Yeah.
silly like wanting my music to play while the game's playing. Because there's a lot of times I'm having to swap out Pokemon. Okay, I need more corn. My Beware isn't doing enough corn, so I have to supplement with the Comfey that gets extra corn. But now if I can have 8, I could like set up 8 teams for the week. So I can be like, all right, here's my extra corn team. Here's my extra oil team. Here's my level up team. Here's my sleep at night berry team.
Yes.
Here's my,
Yeah.
whatever it could be.
Yeah.
8.
No, definitely a good
And you can
plus to
keep
this.
scrolling.
Yeah, it's
Is
live.
that live? Can I show it right now?
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
app has to
sure.
reload. Is yours up?
So
Can
yeah,
you what?
currently there is, of course, my one team here. This is the one that I usually just change over all the time. But if you just scroll over to the next one, you can more like a
Unused
photo of the
teams.
person. Yep.
And
Yep.
then it goes back to the beginning.
8
Amazing.
teams in total, which is great because now it's funny though. Each one of the ones has my God of War as the number one there. So I was like,
Yeah. I wonder if it just like it just chooses your strongest. Actually, that's a good point. Let me look at mine. What does it choose for mine? All
uh,
right, so here's my salad
so it looks like you
team.
chooses your
Oh, it chooses
strongest Pokemon.
Blastoise, my Pokemon. Blastoise. Now there's my Dragonite team.
Yeah, so it uses your
Ice
like
team. There's
strongest
whatever team.
Pokemon
Yeah.
in your inventory again. Instead of the Pikachu. Pikachu used to be the strongest for beginners.
Really? Oh. That you mean
Yes,
generally Pikachu is really strong. He's
I
still
agree.
like the best just general berry gatherer. I mean, he may have been surpassed. I think he's
Weavile?
been surpassed by
Yeah.
Weavile. That I'm hunting this week and can't find a single one. I keep getting
Isn't no,
dozing,
you
and I'm
yeah,
like,
isn't no, you need snoozing, right? No. Ah, really? I
he needs snoozing
thought he was
because slumbering, I
right.
can use the Go Plus Plus for
Oh.
usual sleep. Snoozing is the one where I'm like more tired than usual, and I don't toss and turn as
Mm,
much. That's how I get
yeah.
snoozing to the
Oh
world.
wait,
Then I get
we
slumbering.
or Sneasel is Gen 2, right?
Yes, Sneasel is Gen
Yeah.
2. Team Rocket
Actually, now that I think
Sneasel.
about it, I don't think I actually has seen a Sneasel yet.
Amazing. I just reminded myself I need to talk to my friend about ordering
Mm.
some Team Rocket set when it comes out in like 4
Yes.
months.
That's gonna be a pretty all right, so
Back to
everything
sleep talk.
else, it says in case where a Pokemon changes types when it evolves, we have adjusted the display to make it clear what type it will be after the evolution.
Oh yeah, I
And
can
more,
go from berry to skill type or
yeah, it's like
whatever,
Tyranitar.
which is very
Tyranitar
like
goes from like a
select
rock type
Pokemon.
into a dark
It's
type
very
or something
few.
like that. Yeah.
It means that type. I was thinking like the skill type,
I
not
don't think there's been a Pokemon that
Pokemon
changes its
energy
type of
type.
skill or from evolution yet.
Okay. I
Yeah,
was
no, I
like,
wouldn't be
man,
able
I
to.
can't even like
But
think of
yeah,
any.
it's a good adjustment. Everything else, just just like just to mention the background music.
And then the cooking pop-up menu. Uh, the cooking pop-up appears when you tap the pot on the home screen. After the adjustment, the pop-up will display any current cooking-related bonuses. Okay, so I think that means like the level of the dish. So like, is it sometimes like at a certain level it's like plus
Maybe
155%
I'm checking
bonus.
to see if there's any.
They buried the lead saying that the background music. They put that all the way down at the bottom of the
It only took a
article.
year and a half.
What were they thinking? Come on,
It only took a year and a half.
PokemonSleep.net.
All right, now we can talk about the new Pokemon, right?
Okay.
Woo! It's very dark
New
one.
Pokemon. Yes. Well, of one is a Paldean form.
Yes,
The one
and
is a
that's
new Pokemon.
technically the same for the last time we had a regional form.
let me just say, I know there's some
Clodsire.
Wooper and
Or Clodsire.
Quagsire
Okay, that makes
fans.
sense.
Yeah, he's all right. I mean, he's great in the game, but as far as like the way he looks, I don't know. But Paldean form, much cuter, much happier, much less creepy
Yeah, I
looking.
agree on that. Although the creepy part comes out when the Herms comes up. Like,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So the arrival of Wooper, the Paldean form, which is a poison type, and Clodsire, another poison type in the game, beginning on February 10 at 3 p.m. Which,
What day is February
yeah,
10th?
so during the event of the
Oh,
time of the
Monday,
event.
3
So
p.m.
that's good. Uh, a great appearance, or I guess,
Yes.
well, not great appearance, but it will be appearing on Greengrass Isle and Tapu Hollow.
Yeah, Topalo. Okay, I was trying to
Mhm.
remember. I was like, we all said we're going to Topalo for this event, but
Mm,
why? I couldn't remember
yes,
why.
and
I just knew I had to do it.
of
Now I
course,
remember. For
it's
my mud buddies.
sleep tile types, sleep tile. Anyways, Wooper and Clodsire will both be dosing type.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. That's good. Well, because I've been getting dozing so much this week, I'm ready. I'm preparing.
Well,
For the
I
dozing type
think
sleeping.
doesn't it actually skew to another sleep style if you have too much of the same sleep style for 1 week or something? So if you've been getting a lot of dosing this week,
I've had it 4 days in a
mm,
row.
so that's what I'm saying. It's like
Dozing.
usually if this week you're getting mostly dosing and you can't get what you want, next week you're gonna get something completely different for the rest of the week.
I'm gonna get
Well, let's
slumbering.
talk
Yeah.
about the Valentine's Day event because you're gonna be happy about that, okay? All right.
Okay. All
So
right.
this
What's
week
coming up
long
in
event is a
Valentine's
special
Day?
time when Snorlax requested dishes will be set to desserts, and the final string value for dishes will be multiplied by 1.5. To commemorate this week, 2 brand new dishes will be added, which, at the recording of today, we already have them in the game. It says right here also, Pokemon who collect fancy apples, soothing cacao, and roasting coffee are more likely to appear. Is there any coffee related Pokemon in Tapu Hollow right now? I'll let you
Good
look that
question.
up.
If I can
I
find
mean, I
it
know
in the
Mimikyu is one, but I don't know if it
game.
spawns a Tapu
So
Hollow. Anyways, while he looks that up, the event period, of course, happens on February 10th, which is a Monday, all the way to February 17th. You can go to any of the islands, but you just listen to this part of the bonuses and everything. The following effects will trigger in the applicable areas during the event throughout every single day,
I don't
unless
think there's any
our new
coffee
little
ones. There's no
friends
coffee at
in Paldea
Topalo.
bring the coffee. But hey, we'll see. Anyways, dishes will be set to desserts, just like I mentioned. A few Pokemons of different sleep types will appear during sleep research, regardless of your sleep type through the day. So, pseudo balance, let's
Thank the
go.
Lord, because unless like I'm super trying to hunt something down, like Sneasel, for example, that I can't get,
Yeah,
I'd rather just
yeah.
have
Starter Pokemons will
everything.
more likely to appear during sleep research. We'll talk about those. You may meet certain shiny Pokemons. This is the only game that really prioritizes shiny Pokemons in their events, right?
What do you mean? Isn't every Pokemon Go event is a shiny
I
Pokemon
guess I'm
event?
more thinking of the main series games because they don't like saying, "Oh, shiny Pokemon."
Okay. Like, what think about like the oh battle tier 7 Terra
Shiny
raid
Rayquaza.
battle against shiny Mewtwo or whatever. Shiny
Yeah.
Rayquaza. Yeah.
No, they also
They just
advertise,
advertised it,
and this is
right?
actually hilarious because the Twitter community wrecked the Pokemon Company because of this, and they even had to take the post down. Yeah, so
I know what
the
you're talking
Pokemon
about. Go
Company
on.
has
Go on.
released Shiny Anomorous through Legend Arceus and completing the Dex in Pokemon Home.
Hmm.
They posted a clip of Shiny Anomorous in Pokemon Legend Arceus and being thrown on a Ultra Ball, which, if you guys don't know, any
Oh,
distribution Pokemon that usually get becomes on a Cherry Ball, which also translates into a Strange Ball in Legend Arceus. So, how did you get in Ultra Ball, Pokemon Company?
God, I loved the
Yeah, I
comment.
mean,
It was
that was
like,
the
"Oh,
first one in
nice
the
hacked,
entire
nice hacked
that was
Pokemon."
like millions of views.
I was like,
I
"Wow,
wouldn't
they picked
notice.
up on that so
Mhm.
fast." I mean, I know now because of the story. I don't
Yeah.
know that I would have recognized like, "Oh, it's Shiny and Amorous."
Anyways,
That's hilarious.
to continue into the sleep news, the final strength gains from dishes will multiply 1.5 or 3 times for extra dishes or 4.5 for extra dishes on Sundays only. So make sure you power up those new dishes. The greatest rate appearance for Pokemon. So Wooper and Clodsire will actually be appearing more greatly throughout the event,
Oh, the greater appearance rate percent, and
probably.
the
But
slightly
here's the
greater is
thing,
like
since we have
15%.
also Good Sleep Day event throughout the entire week of it, you may be able to encounter all sleep tiles of both Wooper and Clocksire if you're happy. Gonna plan that.
Hmm. Hmm,
And then
interesting.
slightly grayly appearance, Psyduck, Pinsir, Pichu, Ralts, Aeron, Absol, Grubbin, Mimikyu, and Fuecoco. So those are the ones that usually bring you the dishes for desserts, or the ingredients for desserts, I should say. So pick and choose again. If you're looking for the new Pokemon, you go to either Green Grass Isle or Tapu Holo. Or if you want something specifically or hunting something specifically, you can go to the other areas and still have great time through the event.
Hmm. All right. So, okay. So we're picking Topalo because it focuses on Wooper,
Pretty much.
Fuecoco, and Clodsire. That's it. It's not drowned out by all the other spawns. So I can just catch Wooper after Wooper after Wooper and like whoop, there it is. And hopefully get a good one. But let's say it comes out because we always benefit being in the Western Hemisphere. We find out that Wooper's not that great. Then you're like, well, maybe you don't care. I'll get it eventually. I really need something else. So let's say you wanted a good Golduck. Go to Snowdrop Tundra. There's also Absol there. If you still need Pikachu for some reason,
I would
go
Ralts.
to Lapis Lakeside.
Mhm.
Also,
I would go to
Ralts
Ralts if
and
it wasn't for
Psyduck.
Wooper at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you and I
I
both
want
have
a
a good
shiny.
Gardevoir we've already invested in. But if you
I
you
want a
don't,
shiny though.
if you what? Oh, you want to? Yeah. I can't remember. Is
Not really.
Gallade any good in this game?
It's a fighting type through the evolutions.
Yeah. Mm. Okay. Let's see. OGPP.
But
You
yeah,
need
Grubbin, right?
coffee. That's the place to
That's an
go. Is
interesting one.
OGPP. Pichu, which you can always use more Pichu. There's Aaron that's got coffee at level 30. Grubbin, coffee at first ingredient. Mimikyu, also coffee.
Yes.
And then
Yeah,
Fuecoco, you can always use
granted,
apple.
all GPP is still probably one of the best aside from Lapis Lazuli. So if it wasn't because of the new Pokemon, my top list will be GPP just because of the coffee. I need coffee for everything. Lapis Lakeside just for the rolls, and again, anybody who really needs a rolls probably should get a rolls. And then so on Tapu Holo and everything else after that.
Hmm.
But that's pretty much me.
Then just to round it out, Greengrass Isle has everything. And Cyan Beach has Psyduck, Pinsir, and Fuecoco. Pinsir is a berry gatherer, right? The
No,
bug
it's an
berry.
ingredient, isn't it? Let's find out.
I don't know. We'll find out. All right, it is ingredients. It's a honey monotype. Honey, apple. I don't know what C is.
You need it.
Honey apples. I always use Venusaur,
Hmm.
so that's why I have never cared about Pinsir. Now I understand. It's Heracross that I like, that I also use during the skill trigger event because he already has like a relatively high skill trigger rate, like Vaporeon. And mine, the one that I have sitting in my box, has skill level up M. So skill level up M plus the +3. When he would trigger, I'd get so many extra ingredients because I just had not decided on an EV I want to use for Vaporeon yet. So I'm being very indecisive on that one. And so I just let it be, and I used my Heracross instead. That was a minimal investment.
So regardless, the Valentine's Day event seems to be good too, depending on what you really want. But again, Wooper and Clodsire, hopefully they'll be good ingredient Pokemons or whatever they choose to give it to. Also, real quick, the two dishes, since they're actually live already, I do have a little bit of information about what you need for both dishes. The first one is something that you can simply do just by having, well, actually, both of them you can simply do if you actually have the right ingredients. However, the first one has 14 roasting coffees, 14 green grass corns, and 12 moo milks. So, seems pretty decent.
Okay. With a base strength
You
of
got me on
what?
that one. Well, I think the base strength is like 16,000 because that was the very first one that I actually made without a level up. So it could actually top the Flannery without having too much ingredients to dump on, depending on it. I may be wrong, but again, it's just me at that point. However, the next dish, this one is probably the strongest dessert dish we're going to have from here on out because it does require 102 ingredients. Correct.
102?
And
Oh no, that's
but here's the
bad
list. Here's
because
the list. Hold on. Let's make sure that everybody knows this. You need 30 soothing cacaos. So your blaster already covers that. 26 moo milk.
glass milk. All right, yeah, I got plenty of milk.
24
I don't
roasting
remember.
coffees. That is.
That's a lot of.
So
Oh,
again, I still haven't gotten to the
okay.
point of actually making this dish just because I don't want to use a good Campy ticket right now or any of my other struggle triggers since I already have a team. So I am preparing for Sunday and for next week. I already have my team set to get everything.
You know what? That's right.
Mm.
You're already on desserts this week. See, I'm on salads. I was like, why haven't I
Yeah,
tried this yet?
yeah. I got
I'm on
lucky with
salads.
because I went to Tapaholo just because I wanted to raise the island strength at least for another 5%. And I got the certs, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I'll just do whatever the certs I have for the week and all whatever. And then because of the update today, I was able to do at least one of them new desserts today this morning. Actually, I did it twice. So I did breakfast and lunch.
Nice. You know, something I would like to see is an event that didn't focus on like the best ingredients. It focused on an assortment of dishes that you cook. So we're not just trying to cook the same one every time. Because like it's great, you know, like in the game, but like
True.
in real life,
True.
you don't eat the same thing every time.
I don't know. We're
Where's
eating
that nutrition? Need
if it's in a
24
Flannery,
coffees at
probably.
once.
But I'm excited because I'm always happy to see new ingredients, new dishes to new ingredients because in the ingredients usually come with a new island regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But excited to
Yeah.
see how they power up and everything. I'm sure if I go to Reddit right now, somebody has already probably done the new dish. So yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I
So
mean,
I'll
definitely.
check it out when we get it. So damn, 102 ingredients. So 40 for the new one for the first one, and then 102 ingredients for the other one. It does make it the strongest dish. And
Well,
mm,
because you know what's crazy? That means if you're not doing a good camp ticket, you need a double skill trigger because the max cooking pot size right
mm-hmm.
now, unless they've changed it, nope, still 69. And my Flareon with the level 7 skill pot up, or you know, whatever it's called, max up, it gives you 31, which gets you 100, which is the exact thing you need for the Defiant dressed
Yep.
coffee dress salad. That's because that takes 100 ingredients. Now we're
Oh
going
my
to
god, I just saw a
102.
meme
Ah,
on Reddit. Well, I saw that
what did you see?
you have coffee as one of the ingredients in the two new dishes that uses coffee. Then you know the one meme where you have like the little
Mhm.
girl playing with somebody in the pool, and then there's another one just drowning, and then on the bottom of the you have the dead man on it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
the two new
yes,
dishes
yes.
is of course the one playing with the
Yeah,
grandma. Then you have the old dishes for dessert, which is the
yeah,
macarons and the other ones as the one drowning, and the one that's underneath
yeah.
underwater as a
Mhm.
skeleton is the Flannery. He's like,
Oh, yeah, I wasn't an ingredient
mm,
gatherer to do the fruity flan
mm-hmm,
at the time. The
yeah.
Jigglypuff's fruity flan.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I've been
I've
cooking
cooked
it
that
every
thing
time
like
that I
maybe
don't
3
have a good
times
cappy
ever.
ticket. I usually just cook that anyways. But yeah, so that's how it goes. I also saw a little leak from
Oh,
Dynamites,
fruity
and I don't think
flan.
we should talk about it yet.
Okay.
No.
Wait, was it a Farfetch leak?
Okay, cool.
Then I'm
All
not
right,
interested.
so let's not go too much more. We already run so late on this podcast, anyways. Oh yeah, that's true.
As edited.
All right, so let's get into our deep dive sleep.
Dude,
So since we are on the dessert portion of things,
from our
woohoo!
friends at game8.co.
So we do have.
Here
Go
are,
ahead. I already talked too
uh, you want to talk
much.
about it? Here is the list of all desserts you can make. Do you remember the days of the very beginning when you'd sometimes make mixed juice and you just didn't know what you were doing? And then you were like, oh, if I put in
Hmm.
7 milks, I can get a warm moo moo milk. Okay, it's fancy apple juice. I really liked the craft soda pop. Chant apple pie, no, because I wasn't good at apples. And then let's see, what was after that? Oh, the
Same.
Lovely
I
Kiss
actually maxed
smoothie
that
was a
out
big one for me for a
before the
long time.
Flannery at that time.
Anyways, I my Lovely Kiss smoothie it was like right
Hmm.
in the sweet spot. Get it because it's dessert, right in the sweet spot of like strength and value versus also like ease of getting the ingredients, especially if you use
That's right.
Blastoise. So, anyways, here are the ingredients. And if you look at this list, kind of, you can look at the base strength on the right, and the higher the
Yes.
better. That sounds silly, but that's the way it is. And so you should always be looking to have the best score that you can semi consistently do. The way I do it now is I don't even, unless I'm trying to get a specific mission done, I don't even worry about cooking 3 meals a day. I instead worry about cooking 2 really tough meals per day. So I will focus on like doing
That sounds
Zing Zap
reasonable.
Spice Cola twice a day. And then let's see, that has apples, ginger, leeks, and coffee. So then I will find something that doesn't use and do that for my other meal of the day. So like, let's see, not scones. So actually, I might do the Jigglypuff's fruity flan because it's still somewhat the same, but it's still no, that's actually pretty different. The honey, egg, and milk are different. Only the apple's the same. But I'm so good at apples, it doesn't really matter. And then if I'm feeling like I a lot of times because leeks aren't super easy for me, I swap between
Hmm.
Zing Zap Spice Cola
Yeah, I
and
actually
Flour
haven't
Gift
really
macaroons.
done flour gift too much, but it's still a pretty strengthable dish for me to right now. Let me check my dandy game. I have to reload again too. Cooking
My
pot, but
handy dandy
So
notebook. Yeah, we don't know yet, but we're assuming the new.
oh yeah,
Oh, I mean,
100%.
102 ingredients. It's definitely gonna be higher than Zing Zap Spice Cola. Leveling up the recipe. Also, don't be afraid to miss a meal if that means you can get a better meal and the next time instead of because sometimes what you'll do is you'll do the lesser meal, but that'll take ingredients of something that you
Yep,
need for the better meal you
I
were
agree
saving up
100% on
for.
that.
And I also really try and focus on something that you're likely to get a so like on Sundays, for example, when you already have the the plus 20% chance to crit. On a recipe I'm trying to level up, I will try and do those the most on that day and use a bunch of extra ingredients, pretty much kind of like max it out and not be afraid to overspend because I'm
That's
trying to
true.
level up that
Yeah,
recipe.
I 100% agree because it's better than to do something for the lower tiers than having to really worry about tiers that you can almost as consistently as we have. You probably already have enough dream shards to be able to expand your cooking pot.
Like, the hard, even if the number of ingredients weren't the thing,
Actually, I
it's
didn't.
the types of ingredients. Leeks is really
Correct.
hard to get because there's no mono leek farmer yet. So leeks, that mini apples, ginger, and coffee. It's not a ton of coffee, but it's still enough that you have to have a coffee farmer. So that's pretty
Yeah,
consistent
I
with
agree too.
Z-Tap
Also, I
spiced
didn't
cola.
notice, but I can make tea time corn scorn without having a good campy ticket on or any Pokemon level up since it's only 67 ingredients. I just noticed that. So,
Mm-hmm. All right. So then flour gift macaroons, soothing cacao, fancy egg, honey, and milk. Egg
yes,
is almost as hard as leek. It's not as hard, but it's still pretty darn hard because the only mono egg farmers are the ingredient farmers are Delibird, I'm pretty sure. These are links. We can
and how
actually
to
look at
get.
this. So let's look at the eggs. All right. So the best Pokemon to get fancy eggs are
Yes.
Delibird and Abomasnow, which I have both.
It still
Abomasnow
pretty
doesn't get it until
consistently
level
gives me
30,
enough
though.
eggs for almost all my meals.
There are other Pokemon that get it, Togepi, Togetic, Swablu, Altaria, but they're
Mm-hmm.
not ingredient based. Actually, my Ampharos, when I was using it a lot, does get a decent amount of eggs with a
Oh,
3
okay.
egg type at level 30. So it's like a bonus when I get to use it. So let's talk about the other hard ingredient, leeks. The best Pokemon to focus on for leeks,
Mm-hmm.
like we said, nothing at level 1, is Dugtrio. Well, and Quaxley. So Dugtrio is supposed to be the best. I don't have a good Dugtrio.
Mm.
I have a hard time finding Diglett for some reason. And I have a shiny Dugtrio that has leaks, but I don't think he has good skill set. I have a Ditto that I've invested in that is a double leak at 30 and 60, but I think he's only like level 39 right now, and so 60 is a long ways
Oh yeah.
off. I don't have the candy or dream shards for it because he gets 3 at level 30. Dugtrio gets 3 at level 30. Quackleval only gets 2 at level 30, 2 leaks, but it's so fast that it
Also,
kind of makes up for it. It
I
just
just wanted to
depends.
add
So
to
a lot of times when
Ditto
I'm go ahead.
because Ditto is the only other Pokemon that can actually get tails at level 60. So
Mhm.
you kind of want the tails, but in reality, we haven't really seen the ability to use tails in any meals yet.
Yeah, I've kind of given up on tails. I just get tails
Skill trigger.
randomly when I get the
Yeah.
from
It's great
ingredient
addition to the
finder
pot. I can tell you that much. I mean, over
skill.
300 base strength.
Yeah, I only use it on days where I have
Mhm.
I have a tasty chance S saved up. I'm like, oh, it's high enough. I might actually get
Yeah.
extra tasty this time, or if it's on Sunday.
But yeah, so that's the
This
only
is it.
other downside if you want to get more tails for that reason. But in the end of the day, Ditto and every other Pokemon we mentioned are good for the leaks, anyways. So,
Milk, you should have a good milk farmer at this point, but if you don't, there's all
hmm
Blastoise is the best, the mono farmer. And then after that, there's some other ones, but really I would focus on, well, who was it?
Correct. Yeah,
Masquerada.
you might as well use
If you're not
milk.
using your Masquerada for potatoes,
And
use
increases the
it
pot
for milk
in the same time.
and increases the pot.
But yeah, in the end of the day, all of these ingredients definitely should be pretty accessible early on, aside from probably the eggs or something like that.
And if you have a decent corn farmer, do tea time corn scones. You don't have to increase the pot size. And if you've unlocked up
Yeah.
to 67, because you can unlock up to 69 now. And ginger and apples and milk are easy to get.
Mhm.
So then you just have to focus on corn. And there's multiple mono corn farmers out there.
Yes,
And Lapis Lakeside has been in the game for a long time. We should
correct.
have
Again, it seems to be a little more into the game because OGPP now you really need to start getting more coffee for a lot of the dishes currently. At least for the high value. One ingredient that nobody is, well, yeah, that would be grubbing,
Do we
right?
look at the coffee farmers?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean,
And
the
it's very
best one is
fast, actually.
Grubbin. And then Mimikyu also gets
It
coffee.
really depends
But
on what you can get at the time.
and I'll be honest,
I
thinking
think so too. So you may
Clodsire is
actually
gonna
have
have
something that's
coffee.
going to help you a lot in the long run. Oh,
Oh, Luxray also has it at level 60. Braviary has it at level 60. But that doesn't matter. You don't have the candies for this unless you're dumping all your rare candy you've just been saving up
yeah,
for
no, I agree.
the thing. Although it would be
Yeah,
even
that would be
Luxray at
nice.
level 60.
But yeah, again, we can go over every single ingredient at this point and know what Pokemons will be best at that issue. But do focus on what you can get and don't
Focus. Yeah.
worry about actually making the dishes. I mean, they're going to be there regardless. Try to focus on that dish, power it up as much as possible. And then if you are able to hunt for something different that's going to help you in the long run later, hunt it, get it, start making the dish, so on and so forth for the remainder of the game. So, but yeah, we'll leave it at that. Our quick deep dive. But thank you so much, Justin. All right. It's your favorite part of the show.
It is.
Woohoo!
Dream Dex Detective.
All right. You had a guest, and I have to guess. Let me look at the.
Need to remember what it
It's
is.
right there. You can see
it. All right. So, my last entry, Blank, is thought to be a very deep sleeper since its sturdy body gives it a sense of security. Apparently, it sometimes wears itself out, tunneling through the earth and falls asleep mid dig. Who's that Pokemon?
well, that sounds like a rock type just digging through stuff. Kind of seems like it is at that point.
A rock type, you say? I need to pull up the deck so I can make
Well,
sure I
I
tell
mean,
you the
it
right
likes
one.
to, tunnel through it. And I feel like there's actually one Pokemon that likes doing that just because I thought about a certain anime episode. And then because it says that it's sturdy body, it says it's secure, so it's a really strong, like hard headed Pokemon and all that. So can I give you my guess? My guess for
You can give me your
today's
guess.
Dream Dex Detective is Onyx. I was gonna
That is
say
correct.
Felix, but I feel like it could have been either one.
Is that the first
Well, it's the first
winner
time
we
I
have?
actually guessed it a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last few times we had
Without
a
like any
couple
hints.
hints, so that's pretty cool. I redeemed myself because I know I missed last time. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right.
Justin,
What do
your
you have for
Dream
me
Dex
for next time?
Detective entry is it picks fight scenes. Although quite rare, you may see a sleeping of this Pokemon that looks like it's about to cry. It could be challenging a strong opponent in its dreams. Dun dun dun.
So I have multiple thoughts. At one time I was like, it could be
True.
Mimikyu, but it's not creepy enough. Also, for some reason, it's like fighting people in its dreams. It could be sad. but it said sad and not angry. So I'm also thinking like Mankey. Because, Mankey likes to fight. He's not angry like Primeape.
Well, right. We'll come back for
Those
it
are my thoughts
on
for
the
now.
next time, Detective.
We will.
All right. I believe that's everything we got for you guys today.
That's it. Email us at sleepitoffpod@gmail.com. Voice, text, pictures, 732-835-8639. Make sure to check out PokemonProfessor.com. And
let's go to sleep, Justin.
Otherwise, that's it.
Good night.